Welcome, everybody. Yes.
Hello.
You. I mean you. Welcome.
Me?
You person. No, not you. The listeners. The viewers.
Hey,
all
those
the
people out there. I'm pointing.
All the people on the other side of the interwebs watching us. Welcome to another episode of the Geek Dad Report. Which episode? Episode 146 to be specific. We are, if you didn't know this already, we're the one show dedicated, formulated, specially created, and to bring you guys all the nerd news you need to know, all by putting a little smile on your face.
Yeah, and if we don't put a smile on your face, then it makes us not have a smile on our face. And then there's faces getting extra smiles that are not meant for them. I don't know. It's been a long week, Brian. My brain is dead. I don't know what to do anymore. Life doesn't make sense. And, yeah. Why did you stop talking? You know stuff does not go well. When you stop talking and you let me just keep going.
Wanted to see where this was going to go with you, because we're technically still in the intro. If you haven't already figured it out yet, I'm Brian West, the hostess with the Moses.
And I'm Ryan Thomason, the guy that got half a brain currently.
And apparently is going to be ranting all night long. That was a good one. About your face and smiling. I'm not really sure. Actually, that wasn't a real rant. That was more of a ramble, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to be in full, like, Brian mode. I'm just going to ramble on, like, about certain topics.
You go to hell. I do not ramble. I have very specific arguments.
I'm just going to keep going right over them.
I have very specific thoughts and arguments about very specific things, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Talk to you.
I don't spend a lot of time. You focus, like, you'll think about stuff all week long. And so you're, like, zeroed in. And then
That's true.
For me, when it's showtime, I'm like, I kind of thought about that thing. And
I can tell. Usually when I'm like, Ryan, it's showtime, you're like, oh, I'm on the pooper. Let me review the news. That's our show prep.
Every time, it's always, I'm like, Brian, you ready to go? And you're like, yeah, I'm just getting out of the shower. You take a lot of showers right before the show.
You have literally all day to get ready.
Like people can see, like, stink.
You put your kids in bed. You put your kids in. It's like 11 o'clock over there. Like, I'm literally cramming down a sandwich trying to get ready for the show because it's like 7 o'clock here when we start. My kids are scowling at me half the time. They're like, you guys ever see me looking this way? It's because my kids are coming down the stairs, and I'm trying to give them the dad eyes, the crazy dad eyes, so they'll go back up and not interrupt my podcast. So, fuck you, Ryan. You go to hell with your judgy attitude and your just nonsensical ramblings.
For me, it's 11 o'clock plus, usually, by the time we start recording. And I'm spending half the episode trying not to yawn.
What?
I don't know. It's not very. I don't do a good. I either go like this, or I try and go like off screen.
Oh my god! You know who's yawning? Me, listening to this story. I'm sure our entire audience is yawning too. This is terrible.
You know, I think this is what people really want to listen to, Brian.
I don't even want to listen to it, and I like you. I can't imagine somebody stumbling across this for the first time listening to your whine.
You're a mean friend. I'm just gonna say that. You're not very. You know.
That's all accurate.
My feelings in this.
Oh boy, no one cares about your feelings. We're an entertainment, Ryan. No one gives a shit about your feelings. What are we talking about? I don't know. All right, well, you know what, everybody? As Ryan pointed out,
Geek show, not the Ryan sad show.
Yeah, way to bring us all down. Jeez. Well, anyway, before Ryan torpedoes the show into sadness and we start talking about Edgar Allan Poe and ravens and shit, we got a show for you guys today because it was a kind of a goofy week. There wasn't a lot of news, and we forgot it was Labor Day weekend, and we both had a ton of stuff to do this week. We thought it'd be fun to do a Faithful 50 show this week. So basically, we do have a little bit of news we're going to talk about, but almost the entire show is going to be dedicated to you guys, the Faithful 50. Ryan put out a post yesterday, a whole day early, which was genius, Ryan, by the way. Asking for questions, preparing for this episode, and you guys really came through. So we have some good stuff for you guys. I think you're gonna really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's going to, like Brian said. What are you playing with?
Don't worry about it. Finish your sentence. Quack, 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 quack. Ah!
What the fuck is? Wait. Is that like a Two-Face rubber ducky?
Quack, quack. What? It's a magic show, Ryan. Abracadabra. Huh.
Wow, so not only did the duck reverse itself, but
No, it didn't.
it's missing half its body.
See? It's totally perfect.
Yes.
Ha! No, it's not.
Wow.
What is this? Funny shenanigans. Ask that, Ryan. This is actually a very cool toy that was sent to us by our new contributor on the show. We teased him last week. The Hanson Toy Group Company and Gifts and Games.
And no affiliation to the Umbop band, right?
No, this isn't their. This is not the Umbop brothers Umbopping their way through Toyland making toys. No, this is the glorious John Hanson Toys.
Wait, so they're like just bones
Game
or
company.
Like guts too?
So yeah, so one of the things they do, this is actually, this is one of the many things they do. We will be doing a full review. They actually sent us a whole bunch of stuff, and we are really excited about working with these guys. But they do they sent us some puzzles, they sent us some different toys. But one of the things they do that's different from anybody else is they do this toy line. They call it it's like double X-ray. It's two X's and then ray. Basically, it takes normal things and it shows you what they would look like inside.
If they had bones.
If they had bones. Look at that. So look, there's even an egg in this one. Look at this. It's kind of guts. Yeah. My 9-year-old thought this was really gross, but she keeps messing with it. And my 5-year-old thinks this is the greatest thing known to man. One of the other things we got here.
You mean your daughter that sleeps with a face hugger?
Yes.
A face hugger stuffed animal thinks that this is the coolest thing. Oh, that's a balloon dog.
Yeah, it's a balloon dog. So if a balloon dog had a bone structure and guts, look at that.
That's pretty rad.
You can actually pull it all the way out. Look at this. This is pretty cool. You can pull it all the way out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so not only is toys cool to put up on your shelf, but they'll learn you something, Ryan. I didn't know if you knew that.
And if your kid takes it to school for show and tell, it is educational as well as display. Yeah.
Charlie, my youngest, she wants these all for her room, and I'm like, no, we got to do a show. But
once again, that does not surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah, but there's a lot of these. You're going to see them popping up on our show. They give us lots of cool things to play with, so they know me and Ryan love toys, and they have come through. They actually have a really cool line of licensed stuff. So we actually have some Warner Brothers, some Looney Tunes. We got a Looney Tunes one we're going to show you guys at some point. We got Catwoman. They have a whole DC line of Joker, Batman, Robin, where they're literally just like this, cut right in half, and you can see what a superhero is really made of. But for tonight, I figured I'd show you guys the rubber ducky and the balloon dog. And honestly, they gave us a giant balloon dog. It's like about this big. It's at least 10 times this size.
Wow.
Maybe 7.
And I'm guessing Charlie wants that one too.
She does want that one. You even have to put it together yourself, but we might even give that one away. We're not sure yet. We'll see. We got all kinds of fun things in store.
I can't wait. I'm just a little sad that none of it came my way.
Well, you know what, Ryan? Over the 5 years we've been working together at various media outlets, I never receive anything. You get all of the prizes.
Yeah, that is true. I did get the majority share.
That being said, hey Ryan, it's pretty sweet, huh? Wouldn't this look cool on your shelf?
I want to is there body or like spleens and stuff?
You were looking for a wiener, weren't you? I could tell.
No,
you were looking for a blow up dog wiener. You're disgusting.
God, Brian.
You need to grow up and be a man.
Grow up. You need to stop it. You need to grow up.
They got organs and stuff in here, man. It's pretty cool. You got guts. Oh, there's a heart.
Do they come out, or is it just like the organs are inside, like the bones?
Let's look at it. There you go. Look at that. See that?
Ooh.
Rib cage. There's a head.
I always wondered what it looked like on the inside of a balloon dog.
Well, there you go. Now you know. So anyway, thanks again. Special thanks to Hanson Toys. You guys are awesome. We can't wait to continue to work with you guys. But for now, thanks for sending this stuff because I love playing with toys.
Yeah.
And I like watching Ryan get jealous of me playing with my toys.
I don't know. It's kind of sad. I'm going to send him an email and be like, hey.
Hey, Ryan, there's a giant balloon dog that you can maybe win.
I don't want to win something. I want to like have it sent to me so I can play with something too.
All right, whatever. Quit crying. God, this is the sad Ryan show. This is the whiny. You know, it's not even sad Ryan. It's the whiny Ryan show.
Hey,
God, you're the worst.
I don't do it very often, Brian. So I think you should cut me a little slack.
That's debatable. Anyway, before we get to the Ninja News, we have, as always, if you are a new subscriber and your listing isn't set to private, we give you a shout out on this show because that's the kind of people that me and Ryan are, and we want you guys to feel as special to everyone else as you do to us.
Are special, and you guys are awesome.
Yes. So this week we had 3 new subscribers, but one, I don't know who it was. So once again, if you wanna shout out on this show, just drop us a line and be like, I was the private subscriber. It was me.
Yeah. You could even be lying and we'll still say it just because.
Wow. If you want to shout out the show. But if we find out you're lying, it's gonna be really bad.
Yeah. We're gonna send balloon dogs to your
Giant
house.
balloon dogs after you. And they will encase you in a clear case where everyone can see your bones.
Yes.
It's very dark.
I've seen it happen.
We did it already once, but we don't talk about that. Anyway, all right, moving on. So, subscriber number 1 is a glorious lass. And I'm going to say lass because the name sounds like a lady name.
Okay.
Yeah, where'd it go? I had it right here. I'm stalling for time. Ryan, dance. Stall. Never mind, I found it.
Well, I thought you had everything all nice.
Well, I did, but the balloon dog attacked my phone, and I had to scroll down. Balloon dog's out of control.
Yeah, that's Scruffy.
It's goddamn Scruffy.
Out of control, Scruffy.
All right. So, the glorious lass that subscribed to our show this week, you are the best in the whole universe.
Yes.
There is no other lasses more lassiest than you.
Yes.
Joyce with 2 E's. Tom.
Tom?
Thom. So it's kind of like your last name, like Thomason, but without the son.
Oh, and the A.
So it's Joycey Tom.
Joycey Tom.
Toham is an H. Tom.
Well, just because my name is Thomason and someone's name is Tom doesn't mean that they're directly related.
There's an H. The H is not silent. Taham.
Taham?
Joycey Taham. Well,
Joycey. Let's say we should have checked to see where they're from.
Joycey Taham. Well, it says this person's from Washington.
Huh.
All right, there we go. Well, thank you, Joycey Taham. You are clearly Scottish, and
possibly,
and the greatest lass in the whole universe.
Yes,
we love you, and everyone should love you as much as we do. Thank you for subscribing. And our second shout out of the day for subscribing, new subscriber, Nathan Ton, the Savage.
This, you could be the Nathan Tong, but when you add in the Savage, my respect level went up actually.
Not only is he a pro wrestler,
yes,
he clearly found the right show because anybody with the last name of the Savage is a fan of the Geek Dad Report. So
you are right up there with Sex Destroyer and the Dutch Hut.
Ooh. Nathan Ton the Savage. We found his gladiator name.
Yes. So welcome to our American Gladiators tryout show.
Yes, the Dad Bod edition.
You'll be there with Sex Destroyer, Brian, the Sex Destroyer. I'm the Dutch Hutch.
Yes.
Our good friend Christopher is Meat. And now we have the Savage. I think this is going to be a great show.
Nathan Ton the Savage. Nathan, welcome, and we appreciate your patronage, and you are a savage among all your friends and peers, and we salute you.
Quite possibly the only savage that we know.
You may be even more macho than.
I wonder. Yeah, I was going to say. I wonder if he's related to Macho Man. I mean,
maybe he's the one who killed Macho Man and took his name.
Maybe he's Macho Man and Elizabeth's son.
Maybe he killed Macho Man and took his name as the old ancient
he's
right.
like Highlander kind of guy?
Yes.
Like cut off the Macho Man's head, and now he's like...
Nathan Tom, the Savage, is actually the Highlander. There can only be one, and he is the one. And he found our show, which is completely fitting. So, from Ryan and my wonderful hearts, we thank you, and we salute you, and welcome you to the experience known as the Geek Dad Report.
Yeah.
And if you guys would like a glorious intro, like Nathan and Joyce Taham got on this show, then all you got to do is subscribe and let us know who you are, and we'll do that for you.
We like to.
All right. Well, we wasted 5 of our 10 minutes of news on whiny Ryan that time, so I'm gonna blow through. We got a little bit of news. We're gonna unless you say something, we're just gonna blow through it real fast so we can get to the good stuff this week. First up, as always, Star Wars news, because on this show, goddamn it, we talk about Star Wars.
That's what you have to start with.
I would light up my lightsaber, but my kids ran the batteries out.
Ah, damn kids!
Just imagine this is green. It's Luke's lightsaber. All right, first up, Disneyland. If you guys do not know this, come on, get with the times. But Disneyland is working currently on StarWarsLand. It's set to open next year, summertime, I think, next year. There's going to be a cantina in the StarWarsLand. It's going to serve food, drinks, but a lot of people wondered, is it going to be a real cantina? Because I don't believe they actually serve beer inside the Disneyland park. They do it in California Adventure. But StarWarsLand is going to be part of the Disneyland park. So people kind of asked, they put it to Disney, and Disney said, yes, there will be alcohol served at the Star Wars Cantina. Woo! Best place in the galaxy, folks.
Look forward to seeing Brian just getting sloshed on alcoholic blue milk.
Oh, yeah. Blue milk all day. Of course, that's probably going to be disgusting when you hurl it up everywhere.
I know. It's going to have to be like Kahula and like...
I don't care.
Something...
It's probably like a cement mixer, but anyway. I don't really care. All I know is we can now take our children to Disneyland, and when everything goes to hell, we can just go to the cantina and get wasted.
No, that's just Disneyland, right? Not Disney World? They're not doing...
I don't know. It just said the cantina.
Okay.
I'm guessing if there's a cantina in Disney World, they'll probably do the same thing, unless Florida has some weird laws against it. But considering Florida lets people do anything, I can't imagine they're not going to let them serve alcohol at Disneyland.
Yeah.
A little bit of more Star Wars news. Ryan Johnson, the Last Jedi director, was recently asked on Twitter if his Star Wars trilogy, his standalone trilogy, has been canceled due to whiny butthurt fans. And he said, no, I'm absolutely doing it, and we're working on it as we speak. So,
No, I don't understand why these people thought that they were going to be able to stop him.
I hope this teaches whiny people a lesson. If you don't like a movie, feel free to talk about it and say you don't like it, but quit being babies about it. Good Lord.
Yeah. Your baby tears have been nourishing a lot people lately.
Listen,
so
I didn't like Justice League, but, I'm not writing Zack Snyder and telling him to kill himself, or, Warner Brothers telling him that, you should fire all your directors and actors and they should never work again. Get out of here.
You owe me. You owe them.
You have to just say, you know what? That sucked, and move on. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. If you don't like The Last Jedi, you can just say to yourself, that sucked. What's next?
Yeah.
There we go. Speaking of things that suck but could be coming back, Blade. I personally liked Blade 3, but I know a lot of people didn't. Wesley Snipes apparently has been letting loose that him and Marvel have been working on 2 new Blade projects, that they're going to put them out and kind of see what people like and maybe go with whichever one people seem to like more. He said he's really excited, and the things that Marvel can do now is so much further than what they could do in Blade when it got released 20 years ago. A lot of people forget that Blade was like one of the first really big Marvel comic book movies. But
well, are they're going to keep Wesley Snipes? They're not going to recast him?
So here's what I'm thinking. So
would the Wesley Snipes production company be a part of it?
I don't know all that. A lot of this is coming from Wesley. Nothing's been official from Marvel yet. If I had to guess, though, listen, I don't think there's anybody else that can play Blade other than Wesley. They tried to do a Blade series, wasn't nearly as good as the movies. And I know Wesley's older, but Blade is by far one of his best characters. And I think he could come back as Blade if you get the right director, a right screenwriter, or you could do a Blade series if you get the right people behind it. One possibility that I think would work really, really well is in the comic books they had Blade's daughter, and she became the new Blade. And so, the original Blade,
that's a good idea.
The original Blade kind of became Whistler in the comic book. So
yeah,
I think that would work really well. So you give us kind of the Creed version of Blade, where you get the old Blade as kind of an aging,
and they get to be like promoting more female characters. So
yeah, and it would be and like we've said, it's a great organic way to bring in a great new character. Mm-hmm. And it's just I think that would be great. I would love to see that. Yeah. I'm really hoping that's what the project is. I'm hoping it's a television show, maybe something for the Marvel streaming service. I wouldn't mind a movie, but TV shows right now are so good. I would love to see a Blade series.
Yeah, TV shows give it a lot more room to breathe and to try to like develop a story, over 10 hours instead of just trying to do it, in a 2-hour block. So.
Well, and this seems like a much better. This seems like it would be a much more of a fit for the streaming movie. It would fit much more in with the Netflix series than it would into kind of the Marvel universe right now at the way it's set up. So I think it'd be really cool. But we'll see. Nothing's been announced by Marvel yet. When it does, we'll let you guys know. We'll kind of go from there. Speaking of Marvel, real quick, Disney came out and they announced that their Disney streaming service is going to be called Disney Play. So if you start seeing us talking about Disney Play or you start seeing articles about that is the streaming service. Just a little FYI.
Yeah, taking more of our money.
Yep. Okay, a couple little tidbits. Let's see here. Mr. Robot has been confirmed, one of our favorite shows. I think we talked about this last week, that it may be ending with Season 4. It has been confirmed that it is going to be ending with Season 4, which is the next season.
I'm still waiting for Season 3 to come on Amazon Prime.
Oh my god, it's so good. I will say this, the way the series is going, I understand why Season 4... It makes sense that it would be its last. Makes sense. But it still sucks... because I love that show, and it's one of the best shows on television.
Yeah, I've only been able to watch the first 2 seasons so far, and I completely understand why they're only doing 4. So, but I can't wait to watch Season 3. I'm just waiting for it to come in on Amazon Prime.
They usually drop it like a month before the new season, so it should be soon. Yeah. A couple other things that suck. Top Gun Maverick has been postponed for an entire year. It has been delayed. My guess is...
they just did all that casting announcement.
I know, and they've had like 30 years to get this shit together, but whatever. So the rumor is, the official reasoning from the studio is that they want to take this time to really up the action sequences, the dogfighting, the plane visuals. Apparently they really want to go all in on this and make it an exciting movie. My guess is they started doing this... and they started shooting this right when Mission Impossible Fallout came out. And I think they're going to try and tool this a little bit more in the Mission Impossible vein and try and make it a little crazier. And so my guess is they're going to redo all the stunts, and they're gonna turn this into like Fast and Furious Top Gun edition.
I wonder how much the Air Force is actually signed on for. Like, what they're allowing them to use and stuff. Because they don't really have the F-16s anymore. And then they still use them, but
wasn't that the Navy? Aren't they part of the Navy?
The Navy?
Yeah, I thought the F-16s were.
Wait, so was this Air Force or was it Navy?
I think it was Air Force. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, we have the Air Force. It's the number 1 Air Force in the world, and then the number 2 Air Force in the world is the Navy.
It's the Navy. Well, keep talking. So, I'm going to Google this.
And then the number 3 Air Force in the world is the U.S. Coast Guard.
All right.
And then it goes to like a different country.
Is Top Gun Navy? I swear it's got to be Navy because don't they land on aircraft carriers? Navy.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were. Force. I didn't even think about that. I always thought it was the Air.
Let's see here.
I always thought it was the Air Force.
Yeah, it's Navy.
Oh, okay. So when they're landing on...
Did you know he's a naval aviator? Oh, here's a fun fact for you. Guess what ship he was assigned to in Top Gun?
The Enterprise.
The USS Enterprise.
He was?
Come on, we should have known. It's Paramount, right?
Should have known.
Paramount, of course they did the Enterprise. How great is that?
Yes.
You know what? If they don't get fucking William Shatner as the captain of the Enterprise in this movie, I quit.
Yes. Or at least Captain Picard.
Or Picard. That'd be cool too. But anyway, they're pushing it back for a year.
What they need to have Kirk and Picard, but they're like the cooks or something like that. They're just working down in the galley.
Oh my god, that's great.
The
And
two
no,
really
you
old
need
guys.
you need three people to be your cooks on the USS Enterprise. Captain Kirk, Captain Picard, and Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, dude, he's like a Russian,
He's a
like,
Russian
ambassador guy.
traitor spy is what he is. He's like the ambassador. How does a U.S. citizen get appointed as a U.S. or the Russian ambassador? Answer me that. All right,
Russia,
so in our...
not for the United States, before Russia.
You wanted to end the show early, so
he was
zip
under
it.
siege. They had the Russians coming on the ship.
Well, apparently they recruited him.
Yes.
Let's see here. Speaking of things that also suck, Ryan, Game of Thrones' final season is going to be pushed back till at least after June or July of next year.
They're going to be putting a lot of money into the post-production. That's all I'm saying. We're going to be seeing the coolest looking dragons ever.
Do you know why it's being pushed back, Ryan?
No, I don't, because I didn't want to
Because HBO wants to get them eligible for the 2020 Emmys.
Why they want those that year? What's the difference?
I don't know. All I know is I'm real mad.
That's bullshit. BS. B to the S.
All right, and then let's see. Lastly, what else we got here? We had one more story. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, DC Universe. All right. And the last little bit of news for you guys tonight. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. DC, Kevin Smith had a really cool, they did the DC Universe, the new streaming service that's coming out, did a live, Facebook Live, where Kevin Smith had a whole show introducing everything that's going to be coming, basically getting everyone really excited about it. There's a lot of really cool announcements. We're not going to talk about them all here, but if you head over to the DC Universe Facebook page, they listed them all. Basically, they give us clips of, they showed us what Batman the Animated Series looks like remastered, and can I just say it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah. I'm actually looking for, I'm going to subscribe for sure. So.
Yeah. They showed us the Wonder Woman, the 1977, the Lynn Carter Wonder Woman, now in HD. Looks amazing. When they launch, they're going to launch with a lot less than a lot of us had hoped. I think that's why they're offering 3 months of free service, because we're not getting any original content yet. We're getting the original Young Justice. We're getting, like I said, the Batman series. We're getting Lois and Clark. We're getting the Wonder Woman series. We're getting some good stuff and some good movies. We're just not getting anything original content just yet.
Yeah.
Teen Titans, they gave us a release date of October. I think they wanted that ready when it launched, but it looks like they're going to be about a month late on that, which honestly, it's not a big deal. So the official launch date is September 15th. It goes live at midnight. You can get the app. You can sign in. You're going to have access to the comic books. You're going to have access to everything.
Spend your time reading every single comic book they've ever made.
Yeah, definitely. Right. I'm going to read them. I can't wait.
I want to read like all the Golden Age stuff. I never read I've seen some of them, but
$75. I paid $75 and I got an 18-month subscription. Check it out. Right now, like I said, you can get a 15-month subscription if you sign up now because they're giving away 3 months for free. I think it's worth it. We're going to get so this year we're going to get the Teen Titans Live series, the Titans show. It looks pretty cool. We're going to get all the content. You get the comics like Ryan said. And then starting early next year, we're going to get the new Stargirl show. We're going to get Swamp Thing. We're going to get Young Justice Season 3. A ton of original content. Kevin Smith keeps teasing on his podcast I listen to on Fat Man on Batman that he is working on 3 new shows that he can't talk about. I have a strong suspicion that at least one or two of them is for the DC streaming service.
And if you're wondering who that weird guy is that's saying he's Kevin Smith, that's Kevin Smith has lost 50 plus pounds.
Yeah, well, having a heart attack and your doctor saying
he had a heart attack.
If you don't, you'll die.
Yeah, so
usually has something to do with that. But hey, to Ryan's point, kudos to him. That is not an easy task, and we love you, Kevin Smith. I know you don't watch our show, but if you do, we love you. So don't die. Stay healthy.
I'm sorry, my dog is sitting right next to me, and he just ripped the most disgusting fart I've ever smelled.
I was trying to figure out what you were doing over there. I couldn't tell if you were
Oh,
like in a sneeze or
it's
what.
gross.
Oh, okay. Hey, lastly, I know I said lastly a second ago, but we got to talk about this real quick before we get out of here. Before we get into the news, at least. So apparently, Nintendo decided to drop a little bomb on everybody that we have all been pronouncing the Nintendo wrong. So they have like this like hall of like video games. I don't know. I think it's the headquarters, and on each one they tell you how to properly pronounce the names of each one. Right. So the original Nintendo Entertainment System was shortened to the acronym the NES. Right. And so pretty much every single person I've ever met universally has called it the NES.
Yeah, which is I've never heard anything different ever.
Other than the Nintendo or the NES, that is
even from like the super snobby guys that say they know every single thing about computers or video games.
Hey Ryan, what do you call the next version of the NES?
The Super Nintendo
or the Super NES?
Yeah,
nobody calls it what apparently Nintendo says you should call it. So and when it says how do you say the NES, they say you're supposed to say NESS, which means they pronounce it the NES.
The NES?
The NES.
That makes no sense.
That is stupid.
However,
Nintendo? That is stupid. You need to change it immediately. It is the N.E.S. The NES.
Stop trying to, like, rebrand yourself 30 years later.
Balloon Dog does not like it. Scruffy.
Scruffy. Don't you dare, Scruffy. Don't bite Nintendo. Scruffy. 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 Embarrassing us. God, quackers. Quackers, you sound like you need to go to a doctor.
Anyway.
Yes. So we have pets now on the show.
Better than Drunk Harrison. So anyway, Nintendo, that's stupid. All right, and that's all the news we got for you guys. Unless you got anything else you want to add.
Nope. I got nothing else.
So on to the good stuff.
The Faithful 50.
Yes. From the Faithful 50. If you are new to the show and do not know what that is, if you are like Joyce E.E. Taham, or Nathan Tom the Savage, and you don't know what the Faithful 50 is, well, basically, every week Ryan puts up a beautiful post of something great and glorious picture, and asks you guys, our listeners, viewers / people, to people who like us, to give us a question. Ask us anything you'd like to hear me or Ryan's very unique answers on this show, and we will answer it on the show. And so we
will literally answer anything. We have answered some weird questions.
Yes. So. One time Phil asked us like if he should get alligators and drink his Ebola water. I don't remember what that was for, but we answered that for him because that's what kind of people we are. And this week Ryan decided it'd be fun to do a kind of double-sized from the Faithful 50. And you guys came through and we have a lot of stuff for you. So let's dive right into it. Do we want to do the two that actually sent us a post first, or do you want to do the... Or do you want to do the ones who...
Let's clear yours out first.
All right.
And then we'll clear off the rest of it.
All right. So I already got, stupid Facebook updated because it's dumb.
Well, I can just start off if you want me to.
No, I got it. It's cool. All right. Visitor post. So we had a couple people, and this is actually a good time to mention this. If you guys have a question and we have not posted our post, but you're like, oh, I got to ask him something, you can actually go right over to our Geek Dad Report Facebook page, and you can do a visitor post. So you can post something to our page where you can ask us a question. This has become more and more popular. People are actually starting to do this more, and this week we had 2 people do it. So, FYI, that is a great way. If you do not have me or Ryan's contact or don't want to tweet us, that's a great way to get your questions out there, and we will always answer them. So first up, the very first one we had was from David, who came through with a great fantasy football question last week, which was super fun. He wants to know. He says, all right, fellas. He put together another good question for this week. All right, first of all, David, love the enthusiasm, but we'll be the judge of whether this was a good question. Stop getting ahead of yourself. The football question was amazing, but we don't want that to go to your head.
Yes, we only have one person that's allowed to have everything go to their head and let their ego balloon.
Exactly,
And that
Ryan.
is, yes, that is definitely.
Or the balloon dog.
I don't know if you're like on my side
Shut up.
or like above me. But
My ego's naturally this big. It doesn't need a balloon. All right, Here we go. Oh, we almost had it. There we go. All right, so he wants to know who would win in a head-to-head fight and he gave us
me.
No, you would lose immediately. But if you turn out the lights and use the darkness to your advantage, you might have a chance.
Oh yeah, turn off the lights and I can't do anything at that point.
All right, whatever. All right, here we go. He wants to know. First up, Domino versus Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
I'm going to say Domino because Domino is so lucky. Harley Quinn would go to throw a bomb at her, and it would bounce back and blow up in Harley Quinn's face, and that'd be the end of Harley Quinn.
I feel like Harley Quinn, though, could figure something out. She seems like she could do that.
I'm going to go Domino.
We'll move on.
Next up, Nightwing versus Daredevil. I'm sensing a DC versus Marvel theme to this. Let's see. Nightwing, also known as Dick Grayson, also known as Robin, also known as Batman's #1 sidekick, versus Daredevil, the man without fear, who should be really called Batman because he has sonar like a bat.
I'm going to go with Daredevil just because I feel like I have a close kinship with that character. So
I'm going to go with Nightwing because he was trained by motherfucking Batman.
Yes, but Daredevil was trained by Stick. And
did you just compare Stick to Batman?
Yes. What is your problem?
My problem is you don't know how to answer questions correctly.
I do, but I think my dog's gonna take a big poop on the floor.
Whatever. Does your dog look like my dog?
Oh.
All right. Professor X versus... Now this is a good one. Professor X versus Martian Manhunter.
Ooh. I'm trying to figure out who would be able to get into the other person's mind. I'm going to say Martian Manhunter, just because Professor X is confined to his wheelchair.
Yes.
And Martin Manhunter could actually move around a little more fluidly.
I am also going to say Martian Manhunter because I'm going to say I don't know how powerful of a psychic Martian Manhunter is. I know he's really powerful. Professor X is probably more powerful, but I'm going to say their psychic ability kind of cancels it out. And at that point, Martian Manhunter could just go and like kick out the wheelchair from Professor X, and it's all over. So
yeah.
Sorry, Professor X. All right. Aquaman versus Namor.
I'll say Aquaman.
Submariner. What?
I'll say Aquaman.
Yeah, it's got to be Aquaman. I mean, Namor, didn't he have like little Pegasus wings on his ankles?
Yeah.
I don't even like Namor.
I mean,
Namor would get owned. Dude, Jason Momoa would break Namor in half.
yes.
All right, here's a good one. Thanos versus Darkseid.
Man.
I'm going to go Thanos or Darkseid because he's got the Omega beams.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I was gonna go with Darkseid just because he doesn't need the glove.
Yeah, he is the glove.
So yeah.
All right, Green Lantern versus Silver Surfer.
Green Lantern.
Silver Surfer is like an alpha level superpower being. Like he's the freaking Herald of Galactus, and as Ryan learned, if you try and throw the ball against Galactus, you lose immediately on your fantasy team.
All right, my dog is like freaking out.
Well,
I don't know if you can hear
because you. Well, did you run out of peanut butter?
Grow up, Brian.
All right, Thor versus Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. If Thor would just get distracted.
That's true. Thor would be
She'll
like,
just lasso
"Hello,
him.
woman. You should come and sleep in my bed," and then she'd lasso him and throw him into a sun. All right.
Yep.
Wonder Woman. Superman versus Sentry.
Superman.
Superman versus anybody. Superman. There you go. I mean, isn't Superman like the comic book equivalent of Jesus? I mean, isn't he like? Hey, I can
He
do it.
is essentially.
All right, Deadpool
He's
versus
a yellow
Wolverine.
sun.
Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Deadpool.
I'm gonna go with
Because
Wolverine.
Deadpool has killed the Marvel Universe already.
Yeah,
so.
that's true, but I'm still gonna go with Wolverine. I don't really know why, but he's got adamantium. That's gotta give him some kind of an edge. Didn't we already see this play out in the glorious Wolverine's origins?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Batman versus Iron Man.
Batman.
Batman, because he would just like hack up computer code and throw it into Tony Stark's armor, lock him
Tony
up.
will be like all trying to like do something. He'll be trying to talk about how cool something is, and then Batman just punches him.
Bruce Wayne. Now here's what happened. Bruce Wayne would try and go party with Tony Stark because we all know Tony Stark is Iron Man, but no one knows Batman's Bruce Wayne. So he'd go party with Iron Man, slip him a roofie colada, and then just like throw him into the ocean.
Yeah.
And that'd be the end. All right, there you go. Thank you, David. That is a great pairing off. I am a little disappointed though that we did not get at least one Dragon Ball Z character in there.
Yeah, we all know who would have won.
Goku. All right, here we go. Kristen, she had a question. She had a great question last week. She wanted to know about. First of all, she wanted to know. She was a person who asked us about the Avengers and whether she needed to watch all the other movies, and so she. Hopefully, Kristen, we answered your question, and if you've watched it, we would love to know. We would love to know whether we were correct and if you need anything else. And if you have any other further questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them.
Yeah.
But she would like to know, what is our favorite non-comic book related TV series on Netflix and Hulu?
Non-comic book related.
So I'm going to expand this to all channels because I don't watch a ton of stuff on Hulu and
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, there's Amazon Prime, and then there's a lot of other good shows. So instead of just saying why all the shows we really like, let's just name off some of the shows we really like. The Expanse, great sci-fi show on Sci-Fi Channel. I've been watching Castle Rock. That's not based on a comic book on Hulu. That's been a really good show. I've heard Future Man on Hulu, but I haven't watched that yet.
On Netflix, I'm a big fan of The Last Kingdom, which is kind of like an old. It's like a.
Is that pretty good? I haven't watched that.
Yeah, it's really awesome. It's only 2 seasons. If you want, it's kind of like Vikings, but like from the English perspective.
There you go, Vikings. Vikings, another great show.
Yeah.
On Netflix, Altered Carbon, a great sci-fi show.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Stranger Things, obviously one of my favorite all-time shows.
Castlevania. Well, I guess Castlevania is based on a video game, but
it's based on a video game, but it's animated, so that may not be for everybody. See what else we're watching. The 100's a great show on CW.
Handmaid's Tale is not bad on Hulu.
I've not watched that one. The Man in the High Castle, big fan of that one on Amazon Prime.
The Tick as well.
The Tick is good. I'm going to check out the new Jack Ryan series on Amazon Prime. It launches in a couple days.
I'm only seeing advertisements for it for forever.
Oh God, what else?
I'm gonna have to take my dog out. He's like freaking the fuck out.
All right, I'll continue for a minute, and you can. Are you gonna be gone for a while? How long are you leaving?
I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see what other shows do I like. I may have to answer more questions. I'll do it on my own.
You answer some questions.
I will do that.
I'm really sorry, everybody, but my dog, I'm afraid he's going to poop right in the middle of the floor.
All right. Well, wouldn't be the first time. Let's see. What other shows am I watching? I'm watching currently on Banshee on Cinemax. It's a pretty good show. What other shows are really good that I enjoy? You know, this goes a lot faster when somebody else is bouncing off ideas on me. The South Park is a great show. I'm sure I'm missing a couple here. What else I just watched? God, non-comic book shows. I watch a lot of comic book shows. Have I ever mentioned that? I watch a ton of them. I like Elementary on CBS. That is a good show. God, what else? Anyway, that's about it. That's all I got for right now. Maybe I'll think of something later. I've been wanting to watch Mindhunters. I heard that's a good show, but I've not watched it. Netflix drops like 9 new shows every single week, so I haven't got a chance to watch them all. But anyway, there you go. Thank you, Kristen, for your question. If I can think of any others, I will post them. I will post another reply to your question. All right, let's see. Next up. Sorry, Ryan's dog is pooping. Probably. I wonder if it was just Ryan who had to poop. I think he was just kicking his dog so the dog would make noise so he could go to the bathroom instead. I think that's what happened. I think we're going to ask him when he gets back. I got $5 that says Ryan had to use the bathroom, not the dog. And he was kicking him out of there. All right, David also posted another question. He would like to know heads or tails. I'm going to say tails never fails, David. So I'm going to say tails. Always go with tails. Unless you're like head. Then go with heads. All right, Jeff would like to know, if I was a spy and I was being tortured for information by having to watch the same movie over and over and over and over again, what movie would get me to spill the beans? Oof, I don't know. Probably anything with like real bad torture, right? I'm not like, I hate these movies that have like, I call it torture porn, where they just like, we're gonna pull your eyeball out, and then you're gonna eat it. It's gross. I cannot do movies like that. Like, don't give me like a Chainsaw Massacre or like a Rob Zombie movie where people like wear people's faces. They run around and like hook them with giant hooks and then eat them alive. Ugh, can't do that. I would spill the beans immediately. But if you're looking for like a bad movie, like a movie so terrible, The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. That movie is one of the few movies that I've ever walked out of the theater and demanded my money back. God, that movie was bad. So bad. It was terrible. Let's see what else. What other movie was so bad that I wanted to knife myself? Like a major motion picture. I'm trying to think. I don't really know. Because I don't have a lot of time. So I watch movies that I think are going to be good. Because if a movie's really bad, I try not to watch it. So me and the Faithful 50, Ryan, had a bet.
A what?
Me and the Faithful 50 had a little bet going. We believed that the dog did not have to poop, that you had to poop, and you kept kicking the dog to make a noise so you could gracefully run away and poop.
I purposely went outside to get eaten by mosquitoes so I could just take a big old poop in the middle of my yard.
Well, I was thinking more that you went to your own bathroom, but I'm glad to know that you poop in your yard.
Yeah, if I really have to.
Thanks for coming back, Ryan. The solo shows are so scary.
Yes.
I was totally unprepared. I was just answering Jeff's question. He wanted to know if you were a spy and you were caught and being tortured, and the torture was you had to watch the worst movie ever over and over. What movie would make you break and talk to the enemy?
Oh, I think, like, how many times do you have to watch it until you break? Like, is it just like you break after one time?
I think it's like you have to watch it repeatedly, never ending until...
Oh. Oh God, what was it? If it was a Buckaroo Banzai, I think that would probably... That's the one that makes me break.
No, I liked Buckaroo Banzai more than that. I mean, it was not a good movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I was trying to think of a movie that was so... Didn't we reviewed something? Oh my God, how about the Flash Lego movie? Oh God.
Yes, that one. I'm trying to think of like kids movie, because usually if it's something that I've watched as an adult, either I got like only a part way through it and then I just quit on it.
My answer was any movie that's like torture porn. Like, I can't do movies where you're like sawing your own balls off or something.
Like the Saw movies and stuff. Yeah, I've never seen them. Don't want to see them.
I can't do those.
Like, probably the Purge movies. I haven't seen those ones.
I've actually heard those are really good. I gotta watch those sometime.
I can't. I'm such a big wimp for that stuff.
All right. Did you have any? Back to Kristen's question. Did you have any other shows you thought of while you were pooping in the yard?
I forget, what was their question again?
Any TV shows that we're watching that aren't comic book related?
Oh, no, I could not think of.
How about Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones, Westworld, The Deuce.
Yeah.
What else am I watching? I don't know. That's it. There's a lot of good shows. Check them out.
Yes.
Oh, if you've never seen Black Sails, fucking watch Black Sails. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
I still gotta get around to that one.
On Stars.
If you want to see more of Aquaman, he's also had his show Frontier. That's on Netflix.
I wonder if she's asking for Netflix
Netflix.
and Hulu because that's what she has. Maybe she doesn't have all these other shows. So maybe we
Yeah.
read that question wrong.
Yes.
I can't think of anything else on Netflix though. I watched.
Go on Hulu. You can watch all the Adventure Times.
I've never watched Adventure Time, and I still need to watch Rick and Morty. Everyone keeps telling me I'm crazy because I haven't seen those shows.
I've watched one episode of Rick and Morty, and I don't get it.
All right, I'll watch them. All right, thank you guys for your questions. All right, that clears up my entire ledger. What do we got on the main page?
That was the main page, wasn't it?
No, that was my page. Go to the main page. I think you had them ready.
That was the main. Geek Dad Report.
Okay, I'm going to the main page since you suck at your job.
No, Jeff says, "Oh, what was your first concert? And how was it?"
No, that wasn't the page I was on.
That was not the page you were on.
No, that was not the page I was on.
Then I went to the right one. So we had Jeff. He wants to know, what was your first concert, and who was it?
My first concert was Korn and Rob Zombie, and it was fucking amazing.
Wait, you were at that
At the Key Arena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
Oh, look at that.
That was my first concert, too.
Oh, my God.
I was down in the mosh pit area.
I was not in the mosh pit.
Watching people just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I was like 2 rows up in the first level watching people beat the shit out of each other going, man, I'm really glad I didn't get tickets to that fucking shit show.
I got pushed up. We were down in the standing area.
Yeah.
And then right when it started, I wasn't prepared. Everybody kind of surged toward the front. And so I got shoved up there. But I was getting crushed and I couldn't breathe. I almost passed out.
I bet, dude. People were fucking going nuts. Dude, that concert was so amazing. When Rob Zombie came out and he was like, burn through the witches, and they had the fire and the flames were shooting up. And then he had the go-go dancers in the cage, and then he had the skateboard, and he's skateboarding around the stage.
Yeah, that was a crazy concert. Dude, and then Korn took a while to come out.
It took a while to come out, but remember they had that the lead singer,
animated video thing that they played.
Animated video, but he had that custom mic stand that was created by H.G. Geiger, who made the Aliens. Yeah. Dude, it was so awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking great concert.
I just remember after I almost passed out by being crushed by people, I crawled to the aisle, and then I kind of sat there, and people were like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." And then I went up to the top of the aisle, and then I was up there, and all I hear is, "Thomason!" And I looked around, and I see one of my guys from my football team that I didn't even know was there.
Nice.
He's a 6'5", just big guy. And I was like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I didn't know you were coming." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Want to go down in the mosh pit?" And I was like, "All right." He goes, "Hop on my back." And so I just ran and I jumped on his back. And he must have been high as shit because I was on his back and he sprinted down the stairs all the way down into the mosh pit, and then I jumped off him and he just kept on running, and he just went up to the first guy he could see and just boom, and just clocked him.
That's crazy. Yeah, those concerts are great. I went a few years later. I went to, when Korn came back, I went with Korn and Disturbed. Not nearly good as a concert. That Korn Rob Zombie concert is one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to in my life. And I don't even really like heavy metal that much. I like Korn and Rob Zombie, but man, that concert was fucking amazing.
Yeah. That was early 2000, or was
no,
that
was 90s. That was 98, maybe 97. Yeah, it was late 90s, maybe 99. Could have been 99.
Yeah, I think it was 99 because I was a senior.
Then it was early 99 because it was right before I met my wife.
Yeah.
I met her in 99, so.
Dude, I can't believe that was both of our shared first concert.
Dude, I didn't know. We really did not talk about this. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Boom. Bring it for the real dad. Pound it, Ryan. Pound it. Give me a pound. There we go. All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Now I want to listen to some Korn.
I hope Jeff is sitting at home going, "That was my first concert!" Woo!
I did that was my first WWE. But Jeff and I did go to a wrestling match with our friend Brandon.
I've been to wrestling. I went to WrestleMania at CenturyLink.
Yeah. Let's see. Christine, she wants to know why don't you like the X-Men movies?
Wow, Christine coming in twice with the good questions. Okay, so in the
we don't like some X-Men movies.
All right, so I don't want to do this all. I could literally spend an entire hour talking about why I don't like the X-Men movies, so we'll keep this short. So here's what it is, Christine. So I really enjoyed X-Men 1. It's honestly, in hindsight, it's not a good movie. You watch it now, but at the time, we had nothing like it. It was amazing. And X-Men 2
all we'd had before that was Blade.
Yes.
I mean, that was literally the only other comic book movie I think we've had.
And X2 is honestly one of my favorite comic book movies. I loved X-Men 2. Growing up,
I don't know much.
X-Men 2 is where it's basically like the Wolverine. I don't know why they made Wolverine Origins, because X-Men 2 was basically Wolverine Origins. But it was.
Oh, that's right. And then they kind of teased the Phoenix at the end.
Yeah,
of it, right?
It was emotional. It was amazing. It built so much upon the first one. It was a serious movie. It was really good, and it was just getting better and better. And I loved it. And growing up, the X-Men were my favorite comic book heroes growing up. I read nothing but X-Men comics in the 90s. I love the X-Men. They are such a
X-Men
great
animated show.
Oh my god, it's the best animated show literally ever. I put it right there with Batman the Animated Series. It's so good. But so some of my anger at the movies comes from my love of the characters. And X-Men 1 was good for what it was. X-Men 2 was fantastic. X-Men 3 was fucking terrible.
Yeah, was.
And then they rebooted it. They rebooted it with First Class, which I really enjoyed. First Class.
First Class was good. It was a good reboot, which was very surprising.
And then Days of Future Past was... and X-Men Apocalypse was just a turd factory. And Wolverine Origins was a shit show. My biggest problem with the X-Men comes with this. So, Marvel understands its characters. It understands what makes them tick. It understands that their powers are... Like, Thor's powers are part of what makes Thor. Like, when he wants to do his lightning, he doesn't just, like, stop for a second and charge and let lightning hit him. The lightning emanates out of him because it's who he is. And my biggest problem with the X-Men movies is they lost track of what the mutants really were. About somebody who's had an mutant ability for most of their life. They don't stand there. Like, even if you watch The Gifted, and I like The Gifted, Bryan Singer does this thing whenever a mutant wants to do his powers. Like, when Halle Berry as Storm comes out and says, I'm going to control the wind. She does this, like, slow walk, stops in the middle of everything, and then, like, puts her arms out in some grand scheme and, like, calls the... First of all, fuck all that. If you're Magneto and you can control metal, you're not going to walk out where everybody's standing and they can take a shot at you, raise your arms in some crazy dramatic fashion, and then make metal work. No, you're just going to be like, car, woo, bullets, woo.
Just using his fucking powers, not having to be like Harry Potter.
Exactly.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Exactly. And one of the greatest things that Marvel did was... They made the heroes, like, their powers and who they are part of them. So it becomes a very natural thing. Like, Black Widow is a badass. She doesn't, like, trigger badass mode. She just always is a badass. And that was part of my problem with the X-Men, is that they always had these grand setups for their powers. It's like they said when they were writing the movie, we're going to have 6 scenes where they all use their powers. Here's what they are. Now let's write the movie around that. So you'd always have these 3 or 4 big moments where they use their powers, and the rest of the movie it turns into like some dramatic acting. It's just it's not a good way to do a superhero movie. And honestly, the black leather is just lame. And honestly, every time X-Men started to do something really good, Bryan Singer came in and just fucked it all up. Because X-Men 2 was great. X-Men 3 he left. And it was just garbage movie. And then then they gave it to Matthew Vaughn for First Class, and he tried something different. If you watch First Class, they fix a lot of what I said. They are mutants. They have powers. They have cool
and
costumes.
And everything.
The story makes sense with the characters. The X-Men First Class is much more of like a Marvel movie than an X-Men type movie. And then Bryan Singer takes it back, and then you go back to Days of Future Past, which has some really good moments, and I love Hugh Jackman. The guy's amazing as Wolverine. But it's just... I mean, come on, you fucking killed Cyclops off screen in X-Men 3. Off fucking camera.
I can't forgive a lot of stuff for the X-Men movies. I like you. I agree. The first 2 movies I thought were good, And I like X-Men First Class. Everything else in between has not interested me at all.
Like,
So it's just
and listen, Days of Future Past is not a terrible movie, and I know a lot of people loved it, but go back and watch it. Why the hell does Magneto lift an entire baseball stadium and float through the sky and drop it around the White House? It doesn't even make any sense. Why would he do that?
Yeah,
he just wanted to write in a spectacle.
He could just make a big, huge metal anvil, just a form, and then drop it on the White House.
Dude could have literally walked up and turned all the cars into a metal fence. It's just... The X-Men movies feel like,
pull
let's come up with
all
these...
the nails out of the White House and just make it collapse in on itself.
And honestly, and then not just that, turning Mystique is not a... Turning Mystique into, like, the biggest Marvel superhero in the X-Men universe is stupid. Yeah. She's a secondary villain in the comic books who's cool, but is not really that big of a deal.
Well, the only thing, they had to have that sexy thing.
Well, they cast Jennifer Lawrence, and she made like $1 million zillion with Hunger Games. I'm like, oh shit, we got Jennifer Lawrence. We're gonna make her like the biggest thing in our movie.
Yeah, I mean they messed up a lot of things on the X-Men movies, and Phoenix Force doesn't seem like it's going to be in a good direction.
Oh, that whole thing was an Apocalypse. Don't even get me started on Apocalypse. I could have an entire... Yeah. We should do a crap-or-crap-tastic on Apocalypse just so I can spend 15 minutes ripping that movie.
Didn't we do a crap-or-crap-tastic?
We should do another one because I want to rip that movie to shreds. We did do it one. That movie's fucking terrible. That's one of the worst movies. Age of Apocalypse is my favorite X-Men storyline of all time. And that movie was... That movie was made just so Professor X could lose his hair.
Yeah, they did it just to piss us off.
Anyway, that's my problem with the X-Men. My biggest problem with the X-Men is it's such a great series of characters that just could be so much better than what they are. I think the movies are fine. Honestly, everything being said...
They're good for at least one watch.
I was watching, honestly, X-Men 3 came on TV the other day, and I was just watching it. There's parts of that movie that are just fine. Those movies are fine. They're just fine. But they're not good, and they deserve to be great. That is my problem.
You're not going to go out of your way to watch them.
Yeah. But you know what? The ranting is over. I'm not even going to complain. When they come out with the next X-Men movie, I'm not even going to talk shit about it. You know why? Because Marvel got him back. And the next one, the Phoenix movie, whatever the fuck it is, Dark Phoenix, I think, is the last one that we have to deal with Fox. So I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to go to the theater. I'm going to pay money just so I can enjoy the death of Fox's X-Men.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Kristen.
Kristen. Next up, we have from Greg.
Also, I want to know, is it Kristen or Christine? I'd like to know.
Christine, it looks like.
Probably.
That's what I'm going to say.
I want an official.
All right, now we have one from Greg. Possibly the best question of the night. I'm just going to be honest with you. Greg, I'm going
to check my email.
You're already my better friend. He wants to know, why do the Steelers rule and the Seahawks drool? And he said, yeah, baby, old school burn. Brian, what do you have to say about that?
I'm going to say that this question...
Just a reminder to you, the Steelers did beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to refer this to... This is a question that should be answered on Fox News, home of the fake news, because that question is fucking bullshit.
It's not bullshit, Brian.
Hey, Ryan. Who's, of the Seahawks and the Steelers, who's the last one of us to have won a Super Bowl?
I don't know, Brian. It'd be the Seahawks, but how many have they won in total?
Listen. Much like your beloved Vikings, you can just live in the past. I choose to live in the present. And right now, the Seahawks are the better team.
Let's talk about how the Seahawks are currently ranked like...
All right, you know what, Ryan? How about right now? Right now,
at least third in the
I'm going to bet that the Seattle Seahawks finish with a better
49ers,
record.
Arizona Cardinals, Seahawks, and every single thing that I've seen, Brian. But when you look at the Steelers,
with a better
Steelers are ranked number one in their
Pittsburgh Steelers. What are you willing to put on the line on that bet, Ryan?
I'm upset. We were both overtalking each other. I didn't even hear what you were saying. So
I said I bet that the Seattle Seahawks have a better finish with a better record than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, that's not going to happen.
Well, then what do you want to bet? Let's bet something.
I will bet you I will do an entire show topless. And if
what? So I'm making this right. We got to do an entire show topless if we lose. You know what? Fuck it. I'm in. Let's do it. I got a man. Look at this furry chest that I got going on.
I got like one hair. That's like right
No, that's good. All right. So, whatever team finishes with the worst record, that lover of that team will be doing a show topless, completely topless on this show. All right. There we go.
Hopefully we remember that.
No, I'll fucking remember it.
In January.
I'll remember that shit when the Hawks are playing the Super Bowl and Steelers.
When the Steelers are playing in the Super Bowl. And Brian's all sitting there. Russell Wilson got hurt in the first
I'll make sure
week.
to get the wide camera lens so you guys can just check out the nipples and the man fur. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. All right, there you go. And you know what?
Hey,
fuck you, Greg, for your question. You dick. Nobody likes you, Greg.
I'm looking forward to GDR versus the NFL, Brian.
Yes, that comes back for season 2 starting when, Ryan?
In what, 2 weeks, is it?
Next week.
Next week.
Next Thursday is the first game. So next week, everybody, we will have a Geek Dad Report versus the NFL special.
All right. Next up, we have from David. He wants to know if you knew 10 people in the greater Seattle area or anywhere else who wanted to buy a house in the next 6 months, who would they be?
I believe David has chosen a career path as a real estate agent now, so he's trying to get referrals. David, I don't know anybody who's buying a house right now, but hey, if you are listening and you'd like to buy a house in the greater Seattle area, David, we could get you David's information. He's a great person, and I'm sure he's a great real estate agent. He'll sell you.
He leaves excellent questions on our show. So.
And I'm sure he would sell you an excellent house. So just hit us up, and we'd be more than happy to forward David's contact information to you. David, that'll be $25.99 for your spot on the show and the advertisement that we give you. There you go. Anyway, all right, thank you, David, for your question.
Our $10 in advertising.
All right. What else we got? We got one more question?
Last question from Brian, not you. The other Brian. He wants to know, for amusement parks, do you prefer theme rides or thrill rides? I'm going to say thrill rides just because I have to deal enough with kids stuff that are like...
But have you ever been to Disneyland?
Yeah, I've been to Disneyland.
So,
I've done the haunted house.
You haven't been recently, so I'm going to combine this. I'm going to cheat, Brian. I prefer theme rides that are also thrill rides because Guardians of the Galaxy is a thrill ride that is also a theme ride, and it's fucking amazing.
I'm going to try and go to, we might be going to Universal Studios.
Ooh, wait, we're going in February. You want to go?
You're going in February?
Yeah. We're driving.
Well, maybe we'll go together.
We'll go there.
Just you and me.
Let's do it.
But I'm going to say thrill rides because I like roller coasters. Yeah, just go crazy.
If I had to choose between theme or thrill, I'd probably go thrill rides. But I will say, I think Disney has the right idea. Themed thrill rides are great, and they should make more of those.
Thank you very much,
Brian.
For that.
All right, well, me and Ryan have no recommendations this week because we've been too busy to think about it. Other than I recommend that you check out Hanson Toys because they make really cool shit, and we're going to talk more about it later. Oh, almost lost.
And don't break it. And I recommend this week that people go and listen to our other episodes that we have up on YouTube and on iTunes because we have a whole bunch of stuff that you guys would very much enjoy. We got a lot of comic book reviews and craptastics and reviews of other stuff.
We just reviewed a comic book on Geek Dad or GDR Comics You Crave that is one of our favorite new comics.
Yes.
Man-Eaters. You've got to check it out.
Yes. It's called Man-Eaters, #1 from Image Comics. And we're not going to spoil anything about
Do
our
not
review.
let the
I
pink...
to say you need to go watch it.
Do not let the pink glittery cover turn you off. It is fucking great.
The cat paws are more than what you know.
Look at that. Look at that. You can see the egg. Look, the wing comes off. Look at this. It's like a learning... Like the rib cage comes off.
Oh, wow. You can see the organs.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
It's a learning experience for children. Not only is it fun to play with when you're like 25
Does
like
it float?
me.
I want to know if it floats.
I'm going to say no because this is not like very well sealed, so I'm guessing water gets in there and just sinks. But it's still pretty cool. I would not put this in a bathtub, but it's pretty cool. Yes, check out all our new stuff. We have tons of things every week. Me and Ryan are committed to bringing you guys more and more new stuff. In addition to our Geek Dad Reports reviews and our Geek Dad Report Comics You Crave and our Geek Dad Report Crap or Craptastics, we are continuing the Geek Dad Report book reports, which Ryan has something he said he was going to do, hasn't done yet. I've got a couple books that I'm going to finish up and then I'm going to review. Starting next week, we're going to have our Geek Dad Report versus the NFL, which is going to be us talking about the NFL. I'll probably just get drunk and rant about the Seahawks, but it's going to be great.
Yes. And then we're going to do that every single week. We're going to do where we do our own picks, and we just kind of talk about the upcoming games. So.
Yes, we have some things in the work with some other shows that we've been conversing with that they want to do some collaboration, so we may have some guests on. We got a lot of cool stuff. Check us out. Subscribe, like, 5-star review on iTunes, like Ryan said. It helps everybody find us. It allows us to get a bigger audience. And because of you guys, we're getting more and more people like Hanson Toys, who are amazing, who want to send us stuff to talk about on the show. And then we, in turn, give that back to you guys in giveaways. So,
yes.
That's all we're asking. Review, like, 10 people that you know. Tell them how great the Geek Dad Report is. I'd like to give a special shout-out to our friend Chris, who loves the show. He, on his Facebook, recently shared a link for everyone to come subscribe to us. That is what we're asking for, and thank you, Chris, for doing that. You guys are awesome, and we thank you guys every week for showing back up to listen to a couple of old geek dads talk about the things we like. So you guys rule. Without you guys, we definitely wouldn't be doing this. So hearts out to everybody. Have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day. Go out, get drunk. If you live in a state that supports it, get real fucking high. And have a great
in
weekend.
Pennsylvania.
And you know what? If you have nothing else to do, we recommend that you go out and register to vote because there's a big goddamn election coming up in November and you should be part of it.
Yeah, make sure you register. That's for sure. And drink and consume drugs responsibly.
Yes, and alcohol responsibly, all of the stuff. Anyway, this is the only show we'll have this week because of the holiday. We're not going to have any extras. But like I said, next week we'll probably come back with not 1, not 2, not 3, but maybe
7.
even 4 shows. Because we did promise people that we're going to do a review of Disenchantment, the new show on Netflix.
Yes.
David wants us to do a Crap or Craptastic on Kung Pao. And we got the NFL show. So we got a lot of things coming up in the next couple weeks. Prepare yourselves. And until next time, everybody, stay awesome.
And don't forget to stay nerdy.